I actually started working on the Cadillac, and I was like, well, I guess I should probably record something since it's my first time working on it in forever. I got trunk off so far. Let's see. Yeah, just planning on getting it in epoxy for now, and then go from there. It's just so bad. I wanted to get started on it, but took the trunk off. Let me switch it around. So yeah, I got the trunk off. I thought, well, yeah, I guess I did. I marked where the trunk was. Unhooked the electrical for the license plate light and stuff like that. Put some foam up here because I did it by myself. I'm gonna do the hood next. This is the foam I used. Just one of these cushions and like one of the little floor mat things. So I'm gonna pull this off next. Hopefully it goes as well as the trunk did. So I guess I'll set you up somewhere and you guys can laugh at me if I screw this up. Oh yeah, before I start, just ignore this thing. It's a buddy of mine's car, not mine. All right, that was too awkward for me to carry, so I had to enlist the assistance of my girlfriend, which worked out well. I should have probably put the tape on there first, so I didn't scratch my fenders all up trying to do it by myself, but yeah, so it was just a couple of I used 1/2 inch, but they might have been 12 millimeter, and then the last two that I did on the sides were 10 millimeter, so pretty simple. But now I'm going to strip the paint off of them. Another tip that's too late for me, but maybe not for you, is I should have definitely taken off that emblem and that grill and those chrome pieces before I took the hood off. Instead, now I got to get down on my knees and get it from the bottom. Yay me. All right, I got everything off, so let's recap. Let's start with the stuff I still have on the trunk. I just took the emblem off. I used a 24 millimeter. Came right off, it was just hand tight. These two headlight eyebrow trims or whatever were just a couple of Phillips. And then the rest of these were Torx bits for the grill. I did mess up though, because I definitely saw them afterwards, but I broke, there's these little dowel pins right here on both sides. Those broke, and then I guess because maybe I wasn't supporting it, or maybe it was already broken, this corner bushing piece standoff broke. I don't plan on reusing this grill because I have a E&G grill for it that I'm gonna put on it after I paint it, but I would have liked to have been able to sell it or something. So it's just real brittle, it's a 93. It's old. Oh yeah, and the Torx bits for that, or the Torx screws for that, which is like all of these guys here. These are all T15s, so. I guess I really didn't give y'all an explanation or do any kind of introduction. Today I'm gonna try, I already pulled the hood and trunk off the Cadillac. I'm gonna try to chemically strip them, scuff them, and then put them in epoxy primer. I do have the paint in clear, I just I'm not trying to rush it, so that's my goal for today. You'll see I already got them off, but I just been away for a while. Built the shop, got everything parked up in here now. A buddy of mine is building this K24 powered Evo 8. Been helping him with that a little bit, but I haven't been really doing anything on my projects. Just been saving money because I want to get electrical finished in here. I'm just running off of extension cords for now. Where are they at? Don't tell anybody. But electrical, and then a lift. The pad was poured for a lift, there's thicker spots for the 2-post. So I haven't been trying to spend too much money. I have a little bit of time though, and I already had the paint, so I'm gonna try to just make some progress on this while I'm off this week. We'll see how it goes. All right, so the plan is I'm gonna hit it with 80 on the DA first, both of them, scuff them up decent, and then put on some chemical stripper, and hopefully that takes most of this junk off. I'm gonna tape the edges to try to not get any on the underside. I'm just really trying to paint the top side. Yeah, so I mean, it really can't come out any worse than it already looks, so let's go. Sorry, I got a little ADD there with the water hose while I was out here. I scuffed these with 80, and then I hosed them down just because it seemed like I should do that. I don't know, I'm not a paint guy. So I'm gonna wipe these down, tape the edges, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some paint stripper on them. Alrighty. All right, I would like to reiterate, I do not know what I'm doing. These would definitely dry faster in the sun, but I don't want them to get too hot. So when I put the paint stripper on it, hopefully it doesn't evaporate as fast. You might be wondering, hey Rob, why'd you build this shop just to do this stuff outside? Pretty much just caused by me being lazy. I don't want to have to like cover and mask everything in here. Primary reason for the shop was to get everything out of the weather and store everything inside. Also have a spot to work on, you know, mechanic type stuff without having to worry if it's raining or anything like that. It's been nice though. While we wait for that to dry, Cadillac, nothing's really changed. I did start trying to clean up the paint here, like buff it. You can kind of see, it looks actually decent now, but you can see up by the mirror where I didn't polish it. This needs to be repainted, but you can see on this fender kind of how it looked before, and then over here, how it looks now. I also don't know what I'm doing with that. I just bought some stuff off Amazon. It's like a Vivor DA, some other stuff. Nothing's really changed. I drive it sometimes, but I haven't been lately much. Cutlass stays on a charge, so the batteries should still be good, but I haven't really messed with it either. Let me just back out, boom. This, I started to make a video messing with the AC stuff. because I'd probably drive it a lot more, even with the rust, if the AC worked. And then I kind of gave up. Hit a stopping point and just haven't got back on it. I should finish that soon. My mom's Mustang, just chilling still. My 55, still sitting here. Haven't really done anything with it. I haven't even really cleaned it. I just pulled it in here. I still need to get it all cleaned out. There's stuff all in it from being outside. But yeah, I don't want to wash this. I still want to get it running and get it going good and drive it like this, just like real ratty. I'll probably clean the white walls and stuff. But I think it'll be cool driving it down real low, like I just pulled it out of the weeds. All right, I guess I'll come back out here now and just try to make sure that I dry these lips where I'm gonna tape. Make sure it's nice and dry so the tape will stick. Try to keep the stripper from getting to the underside. I guess I'm doing a terrible job videoing that, but yeah, it's been a while. All right, starting to dry out. I'll give it a few more minutes, get these taped up. Still waiting on that stuff to dry a little bit, so I figured somebody might be interested in, knowing more about what he's got going on here. It's a Evo 8. He bought it as a shell. We painted the engine bay. He swapped in the K24. It's got a 6-speed. Still gonna be all-wheel drive. Gonna be turbo and everything. But yeah, if you're interested in his project, he's gonna have a YouTube. I'll ask him, but I know he's on TikTok right now putting like short videos up and stuff. And it's at Andrew, Andrew, Ortiz, Orteez. And yeah, check him out if you're interested in seeing this progress. He makes way better progress than I do. All right, I'm gonna, I guess, give this a shot. All right, so I got this stuff on there covered in plastic. Had to move that one back out of the sun. Got 30 minutes. It's, what is it? It is 12:51. So about, I'm just gonna do 1:30. 1:30, I'll start trying to scrape it. I only used one of these smaller things for both, and it seemed like it was enough. A couple things I forgot about that I definitely saw. Stuff's nasty. So even though I was outside, when I was downwind of it or carrying the thing too close to my face, you could see me like keep it at arm's length. It's pretty nasty. Second, should probably wear gloves. The other thing, it says to use like a plastic scraper to like spread it out. I used a paintbrush because it's what I had. A plastic scraper probably would work better. Like, I mean, they know their product. But that's what I had. So now I'm just gonna let it sit and see how good of a job it does. Check back in with you in a second. All right, it's been about 45 minutes, so let's see. I don't want this to get on anything, so I'm gonna have to hope that doesn't blow away anytime soon. Well, my tape is doing things. Oh. A lot of that's coming off. Oh, it definitely looks like it's been repaired before or something, because you can see, I guess that's primer or something from a spot repair. It's definitely not the OG paint. That's great. Hope there wasn't too much filler or anything under there. I was hoping that they were in good enough shape that I could at least just spray it for now with the epoxy and I guess get around to the rest. Let me grab my gloves and scrapers. All right, I lied about the gloves, but I did get a scraper. Well, it's not coming up as easy as I thought that it would. Probably because I didn't leave it as thick. I think the thickest places, like there, did the best. So, I don't know. Zoom back out. I'll mess with this for a while. Maybe put you guys on time lapse back on the truck. Go from there. At least it'll be less that I have to sand. I don't know. Not sure if you can see my face while I was doing that, but I am not really happy with the outcome. Switch you around one sec. Basically just didn't get as much off as I'd hoped. I do think it would have been better if I was able to get it on there thicker. Guess I didn't do a good job at that. But I don't know, just thought it would get more off. There does seem that there was like several layers of paint though. So it looked like the original paint and primer, and then more primer and another layer of base and clear. Looks like there's some filler work here, a little bit skim coat it looks like. I'm kind of here. You can see where it was like the thinnest before was able to get down, but not as good as I had hoped. So I don't know. Well, I guess I'm moving to plan 2B, 3, whatever. Gonna use the surface conditioning tool, which I was trying to avoid. So let's jump back on the time lapse here. Well, my phone's about to die, so I'm gonna put it on the charger, but I'm gonna keep doing the same thing on both of these, alternating as much as possible to try not to build up too much heat. And then hopefully all this paint will come off at some point. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna let you guys sit on the charger while I do that, and I'll check back. All right, I alternated between the DA a little bit and then mostly the that surface conditioning tool. This is as close as I'm getting it to bare metal because I didn't plan on doing this much work today, but I mean, she's mostly there. So I'm gonna mix up some epoxy now while I do the last bit. I'm gonna put a, I think I have an 80 or a 120 grit for the surface conditioning tool to try to smooth it out a little bit. And while I'm doing that though, I want this this SPI epoxy to be inducing or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up now. Need to grab it real quick. Be right back. All right, so what we got here. I'm gonna mix up 20 ounces of this epoxy. Mix it up. It's 1-to-1, so I'm gonna do up to the 10 with the epoxy itself, and then the rest of the way to the 20 with the activator. Give this a quick stir. I had it stirred up yesterday, so it should be fine. All right. I'll go there for now. I'm gonna do a little tape trick here. Try not to make a mess. I'm sure I still will. All right, 10 ounces. All right, there's 10. And I made a mess. That's pretty much how it goes. I can't touch anything without making a mess. And then some activator. 20. Come on. There we go. All right, now this needs to sit here after I stir it for at least 30 minutes. Ooh. Don't make a mess. Let's go. Get this stirred up. All right, hopefully that's mixed enough. Put the lid on it. Cap for that. All right, we'll let this induce for 30 minutes. All right, hopefully that's good. It's 4 o'clock now, so 4:30, that should be ready. All right, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna hit it all with the 80 now, because that's what the epoxy asks for if you're putting it over bare metal. So I'm just gonna hit this with the 80, both of them. So hopefully I can spray them before it gets dark. All right, so I owe you guys an explanation. It's the next day. It looks like a scene from Dexter in here, but I remember last night, I was in a rush and I was about to give up and just spray it, but it was getting late and getting cold. The epoxy doesn't like being sprayed in the cold, apparently, so I just brought the stuff inside and spent several more hours going over the panels with the DA with 80, and then went to the gym with my mom this morning, came back and set up my makeshift spray area. It's not because I'm worried about getting stuff in there. I just don't want to get paint on everything that I own or my buddy's project. So I'm gonna flip this around in a second and show you guys. All right, so I just got plastic up and kind of like the immediate areas. But I did get all the paint off. There's not any paint left on the top anymore. I wiped it down with some wax and grease remover last night. I'm gonna redo that again here in a second. But yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do. I got my hose in here already. I got the gun. My paint I brought back. I put it inside so it didn't get cold last night. It was in the house. I'm gonna stir that up again, put it in there, wax and grease this again, and then I'm gonna spray it. I wanted to check to see what the temperature of the panel is. So it's saying 78, 80 degrees. So they were saying that it's important to check the panel temperature, because if it's too cold, it won't behave correctly. So it looks good. The clock, or the thing over there is saying it's 82 in here. So it's actually pretty warm at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna get this wiped down, get that stirred up, and then I'll just check back in with you guys whenever I get ready to spray. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes since I hit it with wax and grease remover. Stirred up the paint, got it ready to go. So guess I'm gonna do this now. I have no idea what I'm doing, so you're probably, if like the 3 people that are watching this are probably yelling at me right now because I forgot a crucial step, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, so that didn't exactly go well. I think that the hood started off decent. We'll see when it dries. But there's some drier spots, some wetter spots, but on the trunk, definitely got a dry spot there, but it spit on me. It spit right here. So I'm gonna have to deal with that, I guess. But it's just epoxy primer, so I'm just trying to get it protected for now since I stripped all the paint off of it. But I'm gonna do another coat. I'm gonna see how much of that 20 ounces I have left to know what I need to do, how much more I need to mix. But I'm gonna let this flash off for an hour. It's 12:48 right now, so 1:48 I'll try to spray another coat. Let's see how it goes. All right. I guess it could be better. It could also be where, ooh, some fish eyes. Not good. Pretty sure it's spit because there's trash in here, because I didn't strain it, because I always forget to do that even though I have strainers. Poured half of this before I realized it, and then strained the rest for whatever that's worth. The first 20 ounces was almost perfect. There's just a little bit left. So I'm gonna try that again. And it's 2:11 now. I spent a lot of time stirring and then mixed this and waited 30 minutes. That should be good. This should be good now. We go for round 2. Part of my problem last time was I couldn't see. The lighting might look better in the video, but it's not great. So let's see if this helps me. Probably looks better. Maybe not. I was gonna say probably looks better on camera than it does in real life, but Looks like there's a little dry edge here. The edge right there. It's a decent amount of trash in there, whatever. Hopefully it gets the job done though, for, you know, protecting the metal. Yeah, let's see. How does this look? Doesn't look terrible. Could have definitely been better though. Back up here. Oh, sorry, that's probably better. Anyhow, let's see. Walk around. And still, you know, you can still see those dents there that there was prior bodywork on. There's a crease right there. There's several dings. I think on here. There's one on the hood that's tall, and then there's a couple that are. Well, I guess there's a couple that are up. But anyways, I'm gonna let this cure. It's, what time is it? 2:31. 86 in here. This isn't supposed to get below like 65 or 70. So I'm going to let it flash off. And then I'm gonna have to, I guess, find somewhere in my house to put these so that way they don't get cold overnight. They need to be over 65 for the first 24 hours. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up now. And I don't know, go from there. This is gonna be the end of this video. I know I didn't really accomplish anything except for, I don't know, a little bit. But at least if I post this, then people will know I'm still alive. And then maybe that'll make me want to go ahead and continue. So I bought some filler. So I bought some Evercoat Rage Gold filler for the low spots. And then I also bought some Evercoat slick sand and a gun to shoot that with. So I'm gonna do the filler work on top of the epoxy, and then I'm going to re-epoxy anywhere that there's filler to kind of lock that in, then spray the slick sand and block that. Eventually, I do have base coat and clear coat that I'm gonna wanna put on it, but I don't know how many videos it's gonna take. You know, thanks for watching. I tricked you, I'm back. By the way, if anybody knows that happens to watch this is gonna be all right, leave a comment or something, let me know. So yeah, I mean, I think it came out okay for what it is. Yeah, let me know thoughts. If I should have waited to post this until, I don't know, 6 months from now by the time I finish the rest of it, or is this all right? Because if you want me to just not post, I probably just won't end up doing it, because obviously that's how I've been doing lately. So basically, if you don't want me to post these quick videos of like a weekend's worth of work, you can tell me, but I'm probably gonna do it anyways, just because it keeps me motivated to do stuff. So thanks for watching. See you next time, hopefully.